Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and this red carpet edition. I thought it'd be fun to have a little bit of a debrief where we take a look at all the gorgeous dresses on the red carpet at this year's Oscars 2020. I'm a big movie fan and, as you probably gathered, an even bigger fan of fashion. So for me, the Oscars are perfect as it just fuses those two loves together, and I could literally spend hours just gazing at all those beautiful creations on the red carpet. So I've got my laptop ready so we can take a look at all those gorgeous dresses together. Okay, so let's start with Renee Zellweger. I do really like her as an actress. I find her really engaging to watch. I think she's very sweet. She comes across really nicely. I do think she looked absolutely stunning at this year's Oscars. It's very simple, it's very elegant. I love the one shoulder detail, which is one of the big trends for 2020. But regardless of trends, I think it is a beautifully elegant dress, which is perfect for the Oscars. She's obviously not felt the need to go with all those bows and frills that we saw on the red carpet this year, and I think it's absolutely paid off. I think the beauty is in the simplicity of this dress, and I think she absolutely carries it off and looks stunning. On to Saoirse Ronan, and I feel like I should start this section by saying I absolutely love her as an actress. I think she is hugely talented. I love watching her. I actually find her slightly mesmerizing. She's just got something about her that you can't take your eyes off her. However, I'm really sorry, but I just don't like the dress that she's worn. So she went with this Gucci ruffled gown, and for various reasons this one just doesn't work for me, I'm afraid. I just think there is too much going on in too many different directions. So I love the simplicity of the bodice portion. I think that's really elegant and suits her shape. I think the peplum would have been fine had she had a straight section of skirt underneath it in the same colour. However, that peplum on top of the lilac portion of the skirt just stands out way too much. It just looks too big, it's sticking out too much. You can't really see in this particular shot, but when she turned to the side, it was just massive. It just kind of went out almost horizontal. It just wasn't particularly flattering, and I don't think that dress is doing her justice. I think the skirt portion is kind of swamping her frame. I normally love what she wears on the red carpet because she doesn't tend to play it safe. She's always got an edge to her, a bit of a twist to whatever it is that she wears. But I think this one just took it a little bit too far and it doesn't work. So although Saoirse Ronan really wouldn't care less what I think of her dress, I have seen her look about 10 times better than this. So that would be one of my least favourites. Then on to Regina King in this beautiful blush pink Versace gown. I'd say this dress is perfect for her and accentuating all the best bits about her body. She's got a beautiful collarbone and shoulders, and I'd say this dress is really accentuating that. And then that beautiful skirt portion just flowing down. It's a really, really flattering dress actually, and I think she's carrying it off perfectly. Apparently she's got over $500,000 worth of Harry Winston jewellery on with this outfit. For things like the Oscars, jewels like that are often loaned, and I think I would just be terrified wearing such expensive jewellery. What if I get mugged? What if someone jumps me and steals all this jewellery and I owe Mr. Harry Winston $500,000? On to Little Women actress Florence Pugh, who has gone with a Louis Vuitton teal gown. I actually really like this on her. It wouldn't be the sort of dress that personally I would go for, but I do think it suits her frame. I think it's pretty. I think it's got a cool edge to it. I think it suits her body shape. I think the colour works for her. And actually she's a young girl, and I think that type of dress really suits her age. I think it's harder for the younger actresses going to the Oscars because the very nature of wearing a beautiful ball gown or a lovely couture dress does tend to look a little bit older. So finding something that still suits their spirit and is a little bit younger can probably be a bit harder for them. But I'd say she's got that one spot on. I really like that. So as all this imagery was popping up this morning from the Oscars last night, I was having a little daydream stroke browse of the couture collections, just thinking, if I was ever to go to the Oscars, what would I actually choose to wear? What would be my perfect dress to wear to such a humongous event? This is what I came up with. So if money were no object, one of my favourite couture designers would be Elie Saab. I think the dresses are just on another level. They are so intricate and delicate and beautiful and feminine, and they've just got everything. So this dress for me ticks so many boxes. Obviously it's a full length gown. You've got a tiny hint of sexiness with that deep V down to the tummy there, but it's not too over the top. It still looks incredibly elegant. So that is choice number one. The second one I found is by Valentino. Those gathered frills across the chest portion are just stunning, and then it gathers down into a slight asymmetrical shape at the back portion, all nipped in with that giant black bow. It's just beautiful. And then my third choice was this Grecian goddess creation by Dior. Where to start with this dress? I mean, the fabric, first of all, is just perfect. It's got that slight sheen to it, which would just catch the light as you walked. I adore that shoulder detail, all those beautiful drapes sort of folding into each other. Out of the three dresses, this is probably the most timeless, but obviously they are all absolutely stunning. Let me know in the comment section, if you were ever to go to the Oscars, which one of those three, or out of everybody's outfits, which dress would be your perfect red carpet event dress? So enough daydreaming of what I would wear to the Oscars. Let's get back to the actual dresses that were worn. I really liked Mindy Kaling's Dolce & Gabbana dress. I personally adore the colour yellow, and I think against her skin tone it looks absolutely beautiful. I'd say it's probably the perfect colour for her. Again, we've got that one shoulder detail, which we'll be seeing so much of for spring summer 20, but it looks beautiful. It gives her a really nice line across her neck. I think she looks absolutely stunning. It's elegant, it's sophisticated, it suits the event, and yet she's making a statement with that gorgeous pop of yellow. I'm not hugely keen on Scarlett Johansson in that dress. I love her and I love the dress, but the two just don't seem to go together for me. I just think the fit looks a bit off. She's got gorgeous womanly curves, and I just don't think this is making the most of them somehow. It just doesn't seem to be sitting right across her hip section, and although that train is absolutely beautiful and the bodice section is beautiful, there's something just not working in the middle here. I do like Margot Robbie. I think she just looks like your typical girl's girl, and you could just sit and have a nice glass of wine and put the world to rights with her. She always looks stunning. I really like her style just naturally when you see like paparazzi shots of her. I think she's got a cool edge to how she dresses on her own. Obviously she's probably had a stylist for these red carpet events, but I think this floor length chiffon gown really suits her. I think from another angle you can see the dress a bit better, because the sleeve portion was actually really interesting and took it from being just a very simple typical gown to being something a little bit different. I like that she kept everything else really simple aside from that great statement red lipstick. She looks gorgeous as ever. Now onto Billy Porter, who of course made an incredible statement in that gorgeous tuxedo dress last year. This year went for a bit of a Roman armour type look. Now the skirt portion on this is apparently inspired by Buckingham Palace. I don't really like the print on that skirt portion, and I don't really like it with the gold bodice on the top. I do think he looked absolutely incredible in that tuxedo dress last year, so it's almost, he's set the bar up here and it's really hard to try and beat that. I don't think it's 100% doing it, but I really admire his confidence, almost ballsiness, and you can see that look in his face. He's like, I don't care what you think, I'm rocking this dress. And it's that makes me smile, and you almost forget what the dress looks like because you can't help but get sucked in by that wonderful confidence. Another really talented actress who I think was really following her true personal style was Rudy Mauro. She looked absolutely stunning in this custom gown by Alexander McQueen. I mean, that black lace is just beautiful. I would love to see that dress up close and study it, because I can imagine the craftsmanship is just incredible. It's obviously very McQueen with those really sharp shoulders, but I can't help look at this and think, yeah, good for you. You are wearing your absolute true style. It totally suits her, totally works for her figure, her style, what seemingly is her personality. I would say that's the perfect dress for her. So yeah, hopefully you liked that little debrief of all the best dresses from this year's Oscars. I can sit there looking at all the pictures and all the fashion for hours on end, so I will have to force myself to stop now, but it would be lovely to hear from you in the comments section. Which of those was your favourite, or maybe somebody else from this year's Oscars? It would be lovely to hear from you. I will be back on Sunday with a very exciting fashion video for you, one of my favourite brands ever. Not going to tell you who, but you can probably guess. guess. So make sure you catch that video on Sunday, because hopefully it will give you lots of inspiration for the season ahead. Have a good week, and hopefully I will see you then.